Hey guys, this is Bumblebee85 coming at you again with another video review. I recently found this Autobot hot rod from Transformers: The Last Night movie that recently hit our theaters in the summertime and did fairly poorly for a Transformers movie, I suppose. But it is a Walmart exclusive. Don't let that sticker fool you. I wanted to see what was underneath it. It felt like bumpy, and I didn't know why it was protruding off the plastic, but there's like a little recyclable symbol stuck underneath that sticker, so that's why that's all torn up. But it's from the Autobots Unite line, sub-line, I guess, from the movie. There's the packaging of Bumblebee and Hot Rod. I guess they were friends or acquaintances or longtime battle allies for the Autobots throughout the years. Here is the back of the box. It says he does transform in 14 steps. He's got a bit of a bio there if you want to read that. It says, Autobot Hot Rod doesn't look back on the victories he's won, only the feats yet to come. The relentless warrior charges full force into a firefight, eager to encounter his next chance to be a hero. Now when I read that, it really reminds me of the G1 Transformers movie Hot Rod, when he was first introduced and the battle with Optimus Prime taking on all the Decepticons there, and Hot Rod trying to intervene and causing Prime to die, basically. It's his fault. Spoiler. Anyway, here's a brash warrior on the side of the box. Nice art. Very nice art, actually. See the inner workings of Hot Rod there. Hot Rod. He has a French accent, and he is molded after, if you look on the back, fully licensed Lamborghini product, Lamborghini Centenario. That's what he is. So we're going to get him out of the packaging here and take a closer look. Now here is Autobot Hot Rod out of the packaging. Now I will say that this movie brought us some pretty decent movie molds. So we've gotten a new Bumblebee, which was more screen accurate. New Prime, Voyager class Prime. Even Scorn and Nitro Zeus and the Megatron, all the Voyager classes, have been hits out of the park. Now, even a couple of the deluxes, we've gotten a new Drift and Crosshairs, and they've all been pretty decent molds, and actually upgraded molds of previous figures from different, or new molds altogether, but better molds altogether than previous movies. Now this is Hot Rod out of the packaging. His main color scheme is obviously black, red, some red, minor red parts in there, and silver. Silver or gray. So that's a nice sharp looking bot right there. We'll take a closer look at him here. Here's a nice look at his head sculpt. He's got some blue eyes on there, or kind of like a mascara type deal going on there with the eyes and the red face. He's got a clear back, but with no light piping feature at all. And I always feel like that's a letdown. What's the point of having the clear piece on the back if you're not going to make the eyes clear enough to have some light piping? But you can see the car mode hanging off of his arms there. Very tall bot. Very tall. Now he is an extensive retool of the previous movie's Lockdown, the Age of Extinction Lockdown, which I have right here. They may not look it, but they are basically the same bot with some heavy extensive retooling going on. As you can tell by the legs, the feet, even the chests are molded similarly. the shoulder kibble there, the top's folding up and over. That plastic piece inside is basically the same piece that swivels over. Those gray bits there are basically the same piece. The back folds up generally the same. There's the back of the legs. As you can see, are pretty much identical. The bottom from the knees down are basically the same bot. So those are the comparisons of those guys. And we got a larger scale this time for the movie line, so that was decent. Let's remove him. Let's just stand him next to Bumblebee for a second. He's still taller than Bumblebee. And we'll put in Voyager Prime in the back there. And there's Mr. Snowman. Say hello, Mr. Snowman. The season is upon us. No snow yet here in Niagara, so happy about that. And we'll put in the Titans Return hot rod. Before we get to the transformation, I just want to point out a quick thing here with the instructions. We do get fairly legible instructions, nice big pictures of the robot, and we do get some added color, and the grays are easily distinguishable of what part is supposed to move and what part is not, compared to other versions of the instructions where we got, this was the Bumblebee instruction, where the piece you move is just basically highlighted in red, and then even the background is hard to distinguish from what you're supposed to be doing and what you're not. Even the Titans Return instructions are just all gray with some, you know, it's just hard to tell what you're doing, the little pictures on there. This deluxe version hot rod has some very nice instructions. Now he doesn't come with any weapons, so let's quickly go over to through his articulation here. He's got a ball jointed shoulder, limited movement due to the backpack getting in the way. He's got a almost 90-degree bend in the elbow. There is a swivel in there also, and the wrist hinges, but it moves the entire forearm. The head is also on a ball joint. There is no waist swivel. The hips are hard, as it's like a click, but he gets far out all the way up, and he can kick back. Again, the backpack gets kind of in the way. He can kick out, almost do the complete splits. There's no thigh swivel, but we do get a 90-degree bend in the knee, and there is a swivel also at the knee, and the feet cannot tilt up at all, but they can tilt fully down, and there's no rocker or pivot in there at all. That's his articulation. And here we go ahead with Hot Rod's transformation. Now bear with me here, I'm going to try and do it. I've done it once, we'll go through it. First step, turn it around, pop his back off like that. So you're separating from this tab here, and it notches right in underneath, or right above his waist there. So you separate that. Then it says to flip it around again, and then you separate it again from this hole here to that peg right there. So you accordion him out like that. Then after you have all that done, it says come down to his feet, straighten his feet out. Then we turn them in, and then there's a peg on one side and a notch on the other. Just clamp those together like that. That's his legs. Then this section up here, the top section, we completely rotate it all the way around like so. spun that around, you have to remember to flip out these little pieces right here. There's one on each side. Flip those out. You'll want to dislodge this section here. It just unhinges there, and then it folds out, and just, it's got some tabbies on here. Get underneath the hood of the car, the roof of the car, and then that's when you bring the legs underneath. His head will fit in between his legs, like so, like that, keeping his legs together. Now you can bring the front of the nose of the car. You want to push these panels out where the chest plates, make sure the clearance is there. Then there's a minor tab in here. You want to get that underneath the hood of the engine, like that, on both sides. A little force is necessary. There we go. Alright, then you can flip his arms at this hinge here. Flip the arm here at this hinge, rotate it at the elbow, like that. Now you got to wedge these arms in underneath these pieces that we flipped out earlier. You got to get them in without collapsing those pieces back in, like that. And there is a peg here which will go on the underside of the engine there, along with the peg on the leg attached to the inside of the door panel. There, you push that in and then you push that up, and that'll secure the whole side of the car. So on this side, get this little panel up under the door, peg it into the side like that, and then push up the wheel into the top of the engine there, the hood. Now that just leaves these two pieces in the back, which are the least secure pieces on this whole transformer. There is a peg here, and then there is the hole there. And you want to get those pushed in. They can be the hardest part there. And they don't clamp together at all, which would have been really nice, but they easily pop out. When you get one, the other one wants to pop out, and then they just kind of rest together. There's no getting away from that gappage there. But that is his alt mode, the Lamborghini Centenaro. There's a nice Autobot logo here, silver tampographed there, just on the one side. We got some red bleeding through here on the undercarriage and across the top of the window, and just a tad in the front. The coolest feature is we do get an official Lamborghini logo right there. Looking pretty clean. We got nice silver rims. Cool, not a cool feature, but a neat thing. It looks like the headlights aren't colored or anything like that, but they are actually clear plastic, just like the windshield and the windows. And actually these pieces back here on either side are actually clear as well, resembling actual windshield and lights. So it's kind of cool how the engine, you can kind of see underneath, like that's where the engine would form, and the box art showed that off really nicely in the 3D art there. Let's quickly show him off with his lockdown counterpart here. And as you can see, we didn't get an official Lamborghini logo on this former, and the lights were just painted, but we did get a nice blue. And another feature is we had completely wide open, no windows on the side there, where this is completely enclosed. And that's the size difference there. If you can see, let's face him. He's a good inch or so longer than the original mold lockdown. Pretty cool looking though. Overall better bot. We got some new rims on there, painted rims. Much more sleeker looking, and not that this one didn't tab together at all. The back did tab together a little bit better than the new Hot Rod one. Let's show them off with Bumblebee and Prime. Let's back up a smidge. There's a look at all three of them. Nice, 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 nice. And one more look with the Titans Return Hot Rod. Definitely no spoiler attached to this one. There are two little peg holes here. They definitely don't peg into anything. So if there was some way to attach a spoiler, they definitely, I think, thought ahead and would be able to clamp one on or punch one on there. So that's kind of cool. So he rolls very nicely. I think his colors are sharp, and I enjoy this figure much like I have almost the entire The Last Night wave of Transformers. That's your Transformers, the movie, The Last Night Hot Rod review. I like them. He will definitely go on the shelf with the rest of the Last Night figures, which I'll show a picture of at the end of this video. So this is Bumblebee 85 and Snowman saying enjoy the holidays.